If life feels like it's breaking you right now, listen carefully because this moment is not random and it's not punishment. It's preparation. Nobody tells you this, but life doesn't crush weak people. It pressures the ones who can become more. Right now, you're standing in a place where comfort ends and growth begins. Even though it feels like everything is falling apart, you wake up tired, not because you didn't sleep, but because your mind never rests. You give effort, yet nothing seems to move. You stay patient, but life keeps testing you again and again. And slowly, a dangerous thought enters your mind. Maybe I'm not enough. That thought is the real enemy, not failure, not pain, that doubt. Here's the truth no one says out loud. Before life gives you something meaningful, it takes everything familiar away. It removes certainty. It removes support. It removes clarity. Because if you can stand strong when nothing makes sense, you won't break when everything finally comes together. Think about this. Every strong person you admire was once broken in silence. They cried when no one was watching. They questioned themselves. They wanted to quit. The difference is, they stayed. They didn't win immediately. They survived long enough to transform. Right now, you are not being destroyed, you are being reshaped. Like iron and fire, the heat feels unbearable, but that heat is what gives strength. If life wanted you gone, it wouldn't be testing you this hard. Pressure is proof of potential. This phase is teaching you discipline, patience, and self-respect. It's forcing you to rely on yourself when others disappear. It's showing you who truly matters and who doesn't. And one day, you'll look back and realize this pain gave you clarity, confidence, and control. So don't quit in the middle of the process. Don't judge your entire life by a temporary chapter. You're not behind. You're being prepared for something that requires a stronger version of you. If life is breaking you right now, it's because the old version of you can't go where you're about to go. And once this phase ends, you won't just survive. You'll rise with a mindset that nothing can shake. If life feels like it's breaking you right now, there is a reason, one that almost no one talks about honestly. Most people will tell you to stay positive or be patient, but they won't explain what is actually happening beneath the surface. They won't tell you why the pain feels so personal, why the pressure feels unfair, or why it seems like everyone else is moving forward while you are stuck holding the weight of invisible battles. The truth is uncomfortable but powerful. Life breaks you at the exact moment when the version of you that exists now is no longer enough for where you are meant to go. And this breaking is not about punishment. It is about transformation. Think about how breaking works in the real world. A seed must crack open before it can grow. If it stays whole and protected, it never becomes a tree. From the outside, that cracking looks like destruction. Inside, it is the beginning of life. Human growth follows the same rule, but because we feel pain consciously, it feels cruel. When life starts taking away your sense of control, your certainty, your comfort, and even your confidence, it's not because you're weak. It's because you've reached the limit of who you used to be. Comfort stops producing growth at a certain point, so life introduces pressure. Consider someone like J.K. Rowling. Before the Harry Potter books existed, she was a single mother living on welfare, dealing with depression, rejection, and the feeling that her life had gone completely off track. She once said that hitting rock bottom became the solid foundation on which she rebuilt her life. At the time, it didn't feel poetic or meaningful. It felt humiliating, frightening, and hopeless. But that breaking stripped her life down to what truly mattered. It forced her to confront herself, her fears, and her determination. Without that collapse, the resilience and clarity that fueled her success might never have formed. When life is breaking you, it often starts by confusing you. Things you thought were certain suddenly feel unstable. Plans fall apart. Relationships change or disappear. Effort no longer guarantees results. This confusion is intentional. Clarity that comes too easily does not last. Life removes easy answers, so you are forced to build deeper ones. You begin to ask harder questions. Who am I without approval? Who am I without success? Who am I when things don't go my way? These questions hurt, but they are the questions that shape character. Many people misinterpret this phase and quit too early. They assume the pain is a sign they are on the wrong path. In reality, the pain is often a sign that the path is demanding more of them. Look at athletes like Michael Jordan. He was cut from his high school basketball team. That rejection didn't just hurt his pride, it shattered his identity. But instead of walking away, he let that pain discipline him. He trained obsessively, not because it was fun, but because the breaking had awakened something in him. The loss forced him to develop mental toughness, focus, and hunger, qualities that talent alone could never create. When life breaks you, it isolates you. People who once supported you may not understand what you're going through. Advice becomes shallow. Encouragement feels empty. This loneliness is one of the hardest parts, but it serves a purpose. It teaches you self-reliance. You begin to hear your own voice more clearly because the noise fades away. You stop performing for others and start listening to what you actually need. This is where real self-respect begins, not when everything is going well, but when you choose to keep showing up for yourself even when no one is watching. Think of a relatable example, someone who works hard for years, believing loyalty and effort will lead to stability only to be laid off unexpectedly. At first, the shock feels devastating. There's anger, fear, and shame. But over time, that breaking can reveal hidden strengths. The person may discover skills they never knew they had, start a business, or shift into a career that aligns better with their values. What felt like life falling apart was actually life forcing a necessary change that comfort would never have inspired. The reason no one tells you this truth is because it's uncomfortable to admit that pain has purpose. It's easier to offer cliches than to sit with someone in the uncertainty of transformation. Society celebrates success, not the messy middle that creates it, but every meaningful achievement has a chapter of struggle that is rarely highlighted. The breaking phase doesn't look impressive. It looks like doubt, fatigue, and silent endurance. Yet this is where the most important work happens. This phase also teaches discipline. When motivation fades, habits become your anchor. You learn to act even when you don't feel inspired. You learn to take small, consistent steps when big wins are absent. This is actionable growth. Instead of waiting for life to feel easy again, you start building routines that support you regardless of circumstances. That might mean waking up early to work on a skill, exercising to manage stress, or journaling to process emotions. These actions may seem small, but they compound over time and restore a sense of control. Emotionally, being broken humbles you. It softens your judgment of others. When you've struggled deeply, you become more compassionate. You stop assuming that everyone has it easy or that success is simple. This empathy is not weakness, it's strength. It makes you a better leader, partner, and human being. Many people who go through intense hardship later become sources of guidance and inspiration, not because they are perfect, but because they understand pain firsthand. Life also uses this phase to reset your priorities. When everything feels fragile, you start noticing what truly matters. Superficial goals lose their appeal. Approval becomes less important than peace. You begin to value time, health, and meaningful connections more deeply. This shift is crucial because it aligns your future success with fulfillment, not just achievement. Without this reset, even success can feel empty. Action during this phase doesn't mean forcing positivity or pretending everything is fine. It means acknowledging the pain honestly while refusing to let it define your ending. It means asking yourself, what is this experience trying to teach me? And being willing to listen. It means choosing progress over comfort, even when progress feels slow. Every time you keep going despite doubt, you are strengthening a part of yourself that will be unshakable later. Think about people you admire most often. What makes them inspiring is not just what they achieved, but what they survived. Their confidence is grounded, not loud. Their calm comes from having faced chaos before. They don't panic easily because they know they can endure discomfort. That steadiness is forged, not given. It is the reward of having been broken and rebuilt. If life is breaking you right now, it's because you are being prepared for a level of responsibility, awareness, or impact that the old version of you could not handle. This phase is upgrading you, even though it feels like loss. The fear you feel is a sign that you are stepping beyond familiar limits. Growth always demands courage before it offers clarity, so take action by staying present. Don't rush to escape the discomfort. Learn from it. Write down what you're feeling. Identify what is within your control and focus there. Let go of what isn't. Build one small habit that supports your future self. Ask for help when needed, but don't wait for rescue. Trust that this breaking has meaning, even if you can't see it yet. One day, this chapter will make sense. You'll look back and realize that the moment you thought you were falling apart was the moment you were being rebuilt with stronger foundations. You won't wish to relive the pain, but you'll respect it because it taught you who you are when everything else is stripped away. And that version of you, the one forged through pressure, patience, and perseverance, is capable of more than you ever imagined. And here's the ending, the part that stays with you when the video fades to silence. One day, without any dramatic announcement, you will realize that life is no longer breaking you. The weight will feel lighter, your breath will come easier, not because life suddenly became easy, but because you became stronger. The things that once overwhelmed you will no longer shake you the same way. You will respond instead of react. You will move with calm instead of panic. And in that moment, you'll understand why this phase had to happen exactly as it did. You won't be the same person who entered this struggle. You'll notice it in the way you speak to yourself, in the boundaries you set, and in the confidence that no longer needs validation. You'll trust your decisions more because you've already survived uncertainty. You'll stop chasing approval because you've learned how to stand alone. The breaking didn't make you bitter, it made you aware. Most importantly, you'll stop fearing hard times. You'll know that pain is not the end of the story, but a chapter that refines you. When life challenges you again, and it will, you won't ask, why is this happening to me? You'll ask, what is this shaping me into? That shift in mindset is power. That is growth. So if you are still in the middle of it right now, don't rush the process. Don't compare your timeline to anyone else's. Don't quit just because the results aren't visible yet. Stay consistent. Stay honest with yourself. Keep showing up, even on the days when showing up feels like the hardest thing in the world. Progress is happening quietly, beneath the surface, long before it shows on the outside. Remember this, life does not break people who have no potential. It tests those who are capable of becoming more than they currently are. The pressure you feel is not meant to crush you. It is meant to shape you into someone who can carry what's coming next. And when you finally rise from this phase, you won't just be proud of where you ended up. You'll be proud that you didn't give up when it hurt. You'll be proud that you kept moving when nothing made sense. You'll be proud that you trusted yourself through the uncertainty. This is not the end of your story. This is the moment your strength is being built.